Hello everyone, welcome. This is my little corner of the internet where I will be discussing finances, what my finances look like. Currently at the moment, I am working on paying off my credit card debt. It isn't too bad. It's about $5,000 of consumer debt that I have. I do have some student loans that I am not focusing on at the moment because I do plan on going back into graduate school, hopefully law school this year. And so I won't be focusing on that. That's not my focus for my financial goals for the year. Maybe I'll do a video later on detailing my financial goals, but just a quick overview of my financial goals at the moment is to fund a few vacations that I want to take this year before I do start law school and completely cash flow those. So going into no debt, and then paying off the credit cards that I do have. So I do also, in addition to the student loan, have a car loan. The car loan is a little under $10,000, so I am getting pretty close to paying that off. However, that is not 100% a priority for this year, but if I could get that down to maybe 5,000, that would be awesome. So this year I'm working on saving up cash for vacations, paying off debt, and then also potentially adding more to my emergency fund. So on this channel, I'll be discussing everything finances. This is, like I said, very much outside of my comfort zone, but I do really enjoy watching these videos. I love seeing the saving challenges in particular. Those are my favorite. So I will be doing on here more of the monthly budgets, the paycheck budgets, every time I get paid through regular income and then side hustle income, savings challenges, cash stuffings. The cash stuffings will be for my cash envelopes. I prefer to do cash budgeting. Although when it comes to gas, sometimes I don't prefer to carry cash on that. It's just easier to pay with a card at the pump. And then I may be starting sinking funds up again. So at the moment, I just kind of been cash flowing everything that comes, but I do want to get back into sinking funds. And so I'll be using my savings challenges to fund the sinking funds as well as the vacations and paying off debt. So that's what I like to use my savings challenges for. And then in addition, I will be trying to do regular debt updates when I do my paycheck budgets. Whatever debt I'm working on, I will list that in the extra debt column, and then also at the end of the month go over what my balances are. All right, so getting into February, I have my worksheets from the Budget by Paycheck workbook, I believe it's called. I'll try to link everything down below that I've received. Most of everybody is here on YouTube, and then a few things on Etsy that they may not have a YouTube channel for. So this is from the Budget Mom, and I love these printable budget sheets, and then I just hole punch them and stick them in my binder. So here are February's bills, the overlay, and then here is the paycheck bill tracker. And so I just write monthly in, and then when I do weekly, I put whatever pay it is. Sometimes I do the pay date, sometimes not. So a little bit about my income is it's not a set income. It's like kind of I create my own schedule and I kind of do it like a month in advance, and I have a lot of side hustles. I have more of a main side hustle. And so while I don't have a typical 9-to-5 job, these jobs do pay me. I am able to save, pay my bills with them. And I kind of know a monthly overview. I budget on the lower, worst possible outcome that I think I will be receiving. So if something doesn't fall through, I don't budget for extra days that I haven't, that I'm not sure if I'm working. That is a possibility. So I do try to budget for the lowest possible outcome, and then I budget my bills on the higher possible outcome. So that way I don't fall short in between. And so for my main job, this one is about every other week that I work this one, but I do pay my bills with this one, and then I try to keep all my side hustles on what I do for my saving challenges. And then my main debt, or my main source of income, I also like to use to have that one pay off my debt actively until whenever I finish the savings challenge and I can throw that to debt. And so I've been budgeting like this on and off for 2 years. I stopped doing cash budgeting for a while with my envelopes, and I noticed that I am more successful when I do the cash envelopes and I'm not using my card. And so I'm trying to go back to that strictly because I find that that's the best and it sets me up for financial success. All right, so let me get my cheat sheet ready. Okay, so for this month, for my first income source, I am estimating that I will be getting around $3,000. For my side hustles, I am estimating around 800. And then for any extra and additional opportunities, which is kind of also side hustle, but I kind of have these spread out where I know my income is coming from. And so for the extra and other, I estimate about $1,000, which I could put in side hustle, but like I said, I kind of know where they're all coming from. And so for that, it is $4,800. So this is, I like to use round numbers, and anything that I pull out before this won't be included in the budget. I kind of just try to keep it to what you guys will see. And so my first bill of the month. Oh, also the only bill I am a month ahead on. I'm trying to get a month ahead on all of my bills eventually, before the summer, because that's when I am hopefully due to start law school. And so when the rent is here, but it is at the bottom. And I do live with one of my parents, my mom. So I just moved back here just for the year while I'm traveling, so I don't have that extra rent added expense. And so I am blessed that I am fortunate to do that and very welcomed here. And so I do give her a little bit, which you will see here, and that's not a realistic rent, but it is to cover, my utilities. And then she also grocery shops and she cooks a lot. And she does the household shopping for dish soap. I do help out if I do see it, but that's what that's for. And so my storage is $185, and that's a storage unit. So I actually moved to a different state for my undergrad for the last 2 years. And so all my stuff from that state is in a storage unit. And so my whole 2-bedroom apartment that I had is in that storage unit. And so that's where that $185 comes from. And then Lindora is something that is like a diet plan, but it's really the B12 shots that I get from there. And so it just helps with the weight loss that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to lose like maybe another 30 pounds or so. And that is $70 a month. My car note is, I round up to $340, it's $337. And the first credit card that I have is Credit One. That one, I keep it at 80. I think the minimum has dropped as I've been paying it off, but I still keep the original minimum balance that I had. The next one is Capital One. I have a Quicksilver with them, and that is $50. And then I also have a Venture card, and that one is my highest balance. It's $125. Apple, I pay $15 for, and my cell phone, I pay $65. American Express, this one doesn't have a balance this month because I did pay it off in full the previous month, but I did rack up a balance. And so I am going to put 0, but that is what I'm going to be working on in the extra debt column. And then next is PayPal. This one is interest-free if I pay it off in the allotted time, which I always pay whatever I get on PayPal off, and I never get the interest. Last month, I did pay off my, like a $3,000 furniture balance that I had from Ashley's, and so I didn't get any interest on that. And so I'm trying to just use my credit cards better, but these two I definitely these three I have carried a balance for a few months. So I just would prefer to stick to one credit card or two because I get points, and then pay them off every month and be more responsible about it. Car wash, it's a monthly car wash pass, and that is $45, and that I can go as many times as I want. I am thinking about canceling this because I do end up just going once a month, and so I do need to look into seeing what the price would be for the once a month package, or just getting it done the one time, paying the one time I go. So if it's like $30, then I save $15 because I do have been only going once a month. Car insurance is $134 as of now. I need to call them because last 6-month premium, it was $119. And then that's something I'm also working to save up for, is to get just to pay it twice a year in the 6-month chunk. And then I do pay for Audible, which I need to start using. I can't cancel it or all my credits go away, but I need to start using that because I pay $17 a month and don't use it. And then the rent that I give my mom is $500. Okay, so yes, that's correct. Okay, so it's $1,676 for my monthly bills. So if I take the $4,800 and subtract the $1,676, that gives me $3,124. Okay, so then I move that down here. And then for groceries, for the February budget, I am estimating it for the 4 weeks. And so I like to do, while there's like food in the house that my mom makes, I do like to go out and get a few of my own things. So I try to give myself around $65 a week. And so $65 times the 4 weeks, that gives me $260. For gas, about the same, $65 for the 4 weeks. It used to be a little more, but gas has been dropping and I've been driving less. So also $65. And that gives me, actually, I will need to make that 80 because, no, that's fine, 65. Okay, so that's also 260. And then spending, this is anything I want to spend on, any fun that I want to have. Saving challenges I want to buy because I can't stop buying them. That's 50. I like to get myself $50 a week, and that is 200. Last month, I tried to do my best at not spending money, not going to restaurants, not getting my nails done. As you can see, they're really bare. And then also not eating out as much. A lot of things ended up happening that were last minute, and I wasn't prepared for them. And so I did end up eating out more than I would like to have, but I didn't get my nails done. I didn't buy any clothes, and I didn't buy any savings challenges. So I am giving myself some money this month and am trying to stay under that budget. Toiletries, I'm giving myself $50 2 times a week. 2 times a month. And so I do need to restock on some products. So that's $100. Beauty, this is primarily for nails. And I'm gonna give myself also $100 for this. Miscellaneous, anything that can happen throughout the month, $75. And then I do get allergy shots, and I wanted to give myself how much I pay for that. And then last, eating out. I hadn't wrote this down previously, but I do eat out, and so I do want to budget that separately from groceries. And so I think I'm going to put, maybe $200. This isn't really as much for like fast food, but when I go out to restaurants and things like that. So I try to take my fast food from groceries, but but I can use it from obviously here or spending, different things like that. And so when I add that up, that is $13.15. And subtract that from that, it's $18.09. And then next, so because I budget with the side hustle income and the extra and other, hopefully going to saving challenges, that wouldn't leave me that much at the end of the month to put to extra debt. But this is me budgeting for the least possible outcome. And so I am pretty sure I will be getting extra money, and all that extra money will go to paying off my debts faster. So for purposes of the beginning, and then also these saving challenges will go to paying off my debt. So I'll put 1809 up here. And then I do plan on putting the 1,000 plus the 800. So the 1,800 here, and then putting the $9 down here. And so it looks kind of iffy right here on the, in this original budget, but I do plan on having more than this. That's $9, zero. And then any buffer I leave in my checking, because sometimes I leave a buffer of whatever it is. All right. Let me know any suggestions, any other videos you guys would like to see from me. Again, I plan on doing the monthly budgets like this and then reconciling them at the end of the month, paycheck budgets and saving challenges, cash stuffings, and some debt updates. So let me know anything that you guys want to see from me. Thank you again for watching.